Stitchy friends, it's Sarah here. I'm here to film my 13 Stitches of Halloween wrap-up video. I've been stitching Halloween all October, and I worked on 13 different projects, and so I thought I would come on here and just show them all to you one more time. Most of them you've seen, and there might be a couple, at least I know there's at least one that you haven't seen. No, there's two. When I was planning out my 13 Stitches of Halloween, I had shared on one of our Flosstube videos, it was probably the one right before October started, what my 13 Stitches of Halloween plans were. And so I had made a list of 13 projects that I had wanted to work on. I mostly stuck to the list, but there were a few that I didn't touch that I had on my list originally, and then I had some ones that I started that I hadn't planned on starting, so that's where we're at. And stitching's supposed to be fun, and I just do what makes me happy. So I'm going to share my 13 stitches, my 13 projects that I stitched on. They're not in any particular order. I've just got a stack here. I'm just going to pull from the stack, and we will go from there. In fact, I got one over here, so I'm going to reach. Sorry, close up of my face. All right, the first thing I've got in front of me is this one. I love it. I ordered it. It's a PDF download on Etsy from Stitch with Coffee Designs. And it's called Trick or Treat 2022. And it's got those freaking adorable cats in their costumes. I love how their little tails are touching. And that amazing trellis above them with the creepy eyeballs and the spooky skulls. And of course, candy corn, not cotton candy. I love candy corn. I know a lot of people hate candy corn. I freaking love candy corn. And I didn't have any this year, and it makes me so sad. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm stitching this on 40 count under the sea fabric in the color Looking Glass. And that's what I've got done. I've got the moon and the bats and some of the eyeballs and a couple skulls, and that's what I've got done so far. So I definitely want to get back to this one. I just think it's so cute. And Stitch with Coffee has a Christmas design, same type of layout where there's like a trellis there, and you've got the two cats, but the cats are wearing Christmas sweaters. Cats and sweaters. What's better than that? All right, and I keep that in my So Much to Love Folk Art Pumpkins bag. So cute. So let me put that back in. I got to put everything back in because if I don't, I'm going to be all disorganized. So that was number one. All right. Thank you for being patient while I put it away. All right. Next on my stack here is, sorry, let me zip this up. Next on my stack in my As the Yoo Flies bag, this adorable Teresa Kogut Whimsy Witches fabric, I have, I've got the Salem Sisters Apothecary by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I love this pattern. It's, just one color. I'm just using DMC black. And the cool thing is Jen, my stitchy partner in crime, my stitchy friend, she ordered this board for me. She gave it to me for my birthday. Isn't that awesome? So now I definitely have to finish this because I already have the finishing board. I'm sorry for the weird light. The sun's going down, and I tried to film this a couple times, and every time I film it, the sun gets in my face sometimes, so whatever. I might have a spotlight, who knows? Okay. I am stitching this on 32 count. That is not showing up the color it is. This color is like a really gold color. In fact, the fabric is called Butter Crunch. So exactly how you would imagine it looks is how it looks. This is not showing up true to color at all. The color is more like this. But that's what I've got. I've got the words, and I've got a little bit of the cauldron down here. And I got this fabric in the Black Needle Society Nothing But Cross Stitch box. And so it was 32 count Butter Crunch by Needle Bling Designs. I don't know if they still have any in the vault. You could always go check. It's great fabric. I'm loving stitching on it. It's my first time stitching on Needle Bling Designs. However, if you do go over to the vault and purchase anything, make sure you use our discount code FRIENDS5, the number 5, and you get 5% off of your vault purchase, which is awesome because they have awesome things in the vault. They just put some stuff from the trick or treat boxes in the vault, like literally yesterday. So head on over there, check it out. All right, and my next bag, this was a bag I got last year from the Brass Button with these adorable animals in their Halloween costumes. And here lives my Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. Love this pattern. I'm stitching it on 32 count Murky, 2 strands over 2 threads, and that's where I'm at. I think it's perfection. The colors, the Murky, just gives it a spooky vibe. I love it. So that's where I'm at on that one. I know there's a couple other people stitching this. I believe that Jessica from Sweetwater Stitcher, I know she has the pattern and she wanted to stitch it. I don't know if she started or not, but she's got good taste. I like a lot of the things she stitches. All right, moving on. I have in my next bag, this is another Teresa Kogut fabric bag. This is from So Much to Love. And inside, got a couple projects in here. The first thing I have in here is my Tiny Modernist Halloween Crystal Ball. This was a 3-part mystery series. And so obviously the whole thing is complete now. The sal is done, but you can still get the pattern. You do have to order all 3 parts because each part is separate. So like if you order part 3, it's not going to give you the whole chart. It's going to give you just the part that was in the 3rd release. But I think this is so cute. The cool thing is there's only 6 colors in this pattern. It's so detailed and there's only 6 colors, which is awesome. And I'm stitching it on a, let's see if I have it written down here. I'm stitching it on the Fiberlicious Silver Moon color in a 40 count. 40 count is my jam, if you can't tell. Almost everything I stitch is on 40 count. I like it because I can use 1 thread. Sometimes I don't like the coverage of 1 thread on 36. Sometimes it's a little too sparse for me, but it always looks good on 40 count. You wouldn't want to do more than one strand of floss. But that's what I've got so far. I don't think I've made any more progress since the last time I've shown this. Just got the side border there a little bit with the, starting with the flowers. So that's that. It's gonna look so cute. I really need to get, I'm just gonna say that for every one of them. I'm just gonna say now, I really need to get back to this one. I need to get back to all of them. Okay, this next one, I have 2 projects in this bag because why not? This next one's ridiculous. Not the pattern, me. I'm ridiculous. Because this is the Hands-On Design Costume Party Sal. Sal's been over for a while. And I'm just about done. I literally have just a little bit of back stitching left to do. I've already done some of the back stitching. I gotta come in here and outline the eyeballs in this jar. I gotta outline the skull and just a couple little details. I could literally sit down and do this in a half an hour and just be done. That's why I'm ridiculous. Because why don't I just do it? I don't know. And I have all the finishing materials, so I could have had this done and displayed for Halloween, and I didn't. And I don't have an excuse for that. But it's not my job, so it's my hobby. Okay, a Painted Leaf Co. bag. Painted Leaf Co. is, of course, my mom, Kathy. She makes these amazing bags. This one is the Whimsy Witches bag. And this, all right. This one, oh, this is there's 2 patterns in here too, excuse me. Actually, there's 3 projects in this bag. I have no idea why. I have empty project bags. But only 2 of them are Halloween, so I'm gonna show you those 2. So this first one here is by Luminous Fiber Arts called Haunted. And I've been working on the little ones here. So before October, I already had this one done. And I've been working on this one. And I eventually want to do this guy. I don't know if I'll do the big one, but I definitely want to have the 3 small ones done. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Fox and Rabbit. Yeah, Fox and Rabbit flannel flower. I just think this fabric is so good. I bought a big piece of it, but I think I'm going to need more at some point. So there we go. Like I said, this one has been finished, and this one I've been working on. I just got to pop the little ghost in over here, and there's like a little star thing up here, and that's that. I will have that done. Again, ridiculous. That's okay. So there's that one. Sorry, let me put this back in here. And on the same piece of fabric, that's why I have these 2 in the same bag, because I'm stitching them on the same piece of fabric, is, so this is a new pattern. It's by an Etsy designer called AZ Family Zoo. I've talked about her before. Her name's Allison. And the pattern I'm stitching is called Boo Squared. So it's this little 4 square piece with the little pumpkins and the bats and the ghost and the hat. And the reason I keep talking, well, not only the fact that her patterns are so darn cute, but the reason I keep talking about Allison is because she and her husband run an animal sanctuary at their home, and they rescue these animals, and then they keep them. They don't, sell them off. They literally have the animals' best interests at heart, and they bring them in and care for them and make them part of their family, which is awesome. And all of the things that Allison sells on her shop, the shop is called AZ Family Zoo. Oh, that's her. She has 2 Instagrams. She's Mrs. AZ Family Zoo and AZ Family Zoo. And on Etsy, she's AZ Family Zoo. But I love shouting her out because all the things that she sells in her shop, first, are made by her. So her charts are designed by her. Her jewelry is made by her. She makes things out of fabric. I know just recently she's been making these little bowl cozies, which I think is really cool. Whether you're eating something cold or hot, you put it in your little cozy. And I think they're so cute. And so I'm rambling, sorry. But all of the money that you pay for anything on her shop goes directly to caring for the animals. And I'm very passionate about caring for animals. And I love buying from her and knowing that I'm helping animals and I'm getting cute cross-stitch charts. So go check her out, AZ Family Zoo. She's awesome. So I'm stitching that, and I literally started this like 2 nights ago. I've put in like an hour and a half on it, and I've already got that much done. Look at those little pumpkins with their adorable little faces. I got a message today from Liz Mathews. I love Liz. How cool that I get to call her my friend, right? She messaged me because I had put this on my story, and she said, this just shows, how you can get so much detail into so few stitches. And she's right. I mean, these pumpkins are tiny, but they're so cute and unique from each other. So I'm excited to keep stitching this because I already have a finish planned for it. So there's that. Let me stick this back in here. Oh, sorry. Okay. Stick the pattern back in here too. I took it out and forgot to put it back in. All right. Sorry, this does not want to go back, and I'm totally showing you the chart. Sorry. Okay. Oh, it's been a long day. It's a Wednesday. I've been teaching all day. My brain is fried. And I have to take the kids on a field trip tomorrow. Wish me luck. We're going to a farm. It'll be fun. And the weather's going to be nice. So it should be a great time. Anyway, this is my Lee Quilts Halloween bag. She does these adorable quilted bags. I love the swirly stitching, quilting on it. And inside, this is another one with 2 projects because I'm stitching actually 3 different things on the same piece of fabric. So the first thing I'm going to show you, well, I don't have the pattern for this, but I finished it. So speaking of Liz Mathews, she designed this amazing piece for the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, the most recent one, the fall 2022 edition. And I stitched mine. Now, my colors aren't exactly as charted. Well, technically, the chart in the magazine, there were some misprints with the symbols. And so I got some colors in the wrong places, and I purposely put some other colors in the wrong places. But that's okay. I mean, it looks amazing, I think. So I don't think that ruined anything. I love the different oranges. I love the variegation in the oranges. I love these cats with the little hearts on their butts. They're so cute. So I'm going to turn this into a little pillow. And this fabric is 40 count. Be-Stitch Me in the color Sand Dollar. Beautiful. And then this one, oh, I was so excited. I just got this pattern recently. I think I showed it on our last Flosstube. I got the Kitten Stitcher Halloween box. And inside that box was this amazing pattern, Plum Street Samplers, one of my favorite designers, called Grimm's Haunt. And I just love, I love fall orange. I don't like bright carrot orange, but I like these shades of orange. And just the fact that there's so many all together is just like blowing my mind. It's awesome. So I have a tiny start on this one. Don't get too excited. But here's what I've got. It's a start. I'll get back to it. I mean, I literally just got this pattern not long ago, so I haven't had much time with it. Okay. And next, I have in another Painted Leaf Co bag. This was one that my mom made last year. So cute. And here I have another Blackbird Designs. It is Midnight Watch. I've seen several people have stitched this one. I just love that giant cat on the roof in front of the moon. I had a tiny start on this before 13 Stitches of Halloween, and it's still a pretty tiny start, but I did some. So that's what I've got. I had the outline of the door before, so I filled in the door and put the star on there and put the little steps here and did the side color here. That's about it. I didn't have much done, but that's okay. I love that one. Oops. Okay. We're getting there. Not much more to show. All right. Oh, another Painted Leaf Co bag. This was from this year called Golden Gourds. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sorry. Mom jokes for days. Anyway, now that I've embarrassed myself, I'm stitching the Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut. This booklet here has like 11 different patterns, but of course I want to stitch the biggest one. Why not? And I've started this one here. It's amazing. I know some people are just doing like some of these like lines and making a drum, or some people are just pulling a motif out and stitching that. But I just want to stitch the whole thing. So I'm going to. It's probably going to take me a million years. That's okay. Let's see, do I have the fabric written down? This is Fiber on a Whim Buttermilk in 40 count. And brace yourself, it's a huge start. Just kidding. It's not. I don't think I've made any more progress on it since the last time I've shown it, but that's what I've got. Little cat on the side, a little bit of the border. That's about it. I had a lot of new starts this year. I wanted to stitch all of the Halloween things. And of course, Expo happens and there's just so many awesome things, and you just buy them all and then you start them all. Isn't that what everybody else does? I bet some of you do. All right, next I have another So Much to Love. This was my my October bag of the month from So Much to Love. And here I have my Jenny Beans sampler, Halloween sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I know that Pam from Just Keep Stitching, she has this one done. It's gorgeous. I actually bought this as a kit with the floss when I was in Vegas when I went to Stitcher's Paradise. So it came with these, oh gosh, sorry. Came with these amazing limited edition Gentle Arts flosses. And they have cool names. This one's Dried Blood. Looks like my sweater. This one's Witch's Wart. Swamp Water. Coffin Lid. Not really showing these or doing any justice to them. I just like the names. Burial Ground. Cool names for the flosses. So I just love these colors. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Grandpa's Sleeve by XU Design. And I haven't made any more progress, but I'm loving what I have. It's gorgeous. I love the border. That border goes all the way around. It's a fun one to stitch. It's going to be really awesome to see it unfold as I keep stitching. Don't you just get so excited when you stitch and you're just like, oh, just waiting to see the next thing unfold, even though you know what it's going to look like because you already see the picture. Just seeing your own stitching unfolding before your eyes is like magic, I think. All right, and then my final project, it's in my Spooky Chihuahuas. Again, Painted Leaf Co. I got this last year. Inside here, I have my Mouse's Halloween stitching. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. And I'm stitching this on 40 count XU Design in the color Avocado. And here's what I've got. Now, that color is not showing up very true. It's definitely like an avocado green. Like, that's not quite showing up truly. But my problem here is the white is not showing up. This is going to be like a little skull pin. That's part of the moon up here. That's just, those things are not showing up very well. So, I might have to choose a different color, or I might have to like back stitch around it with a slightly darker color just to make it pop out a little bit. But look at the variegation in her dress. Isn't it sweet? She's so cute. I know there's lots of these different like mouse patterns. There's like a Christmas one and a school one. There's a Valentine's one. All the mice, all the time. So those were my 13 stitches. I had so much fun stitching all my Halloween stuff. Every day I just couldn't decide like, what am I gonna stitch today? Like I wanted to stitch on everything every single day. So I just had a lot of fun. And it just makes me really sad to think that Halloween's a year away now. I don't wanna wait a year to stitch my spooky stuff. So what I'm gonna do, and this isn't like my original idea, but I'm going to be stitching a Halloween piece on the 13th and the 31st of every month. Again, this is not my original idea. I know other people do it, but that's how I'm going to personally keep up some progress, some momentum on my Halloween stitching. That way, these don't sit dormant for a year. I would like to just put some more stitches in them and just keep some progress going on. So I'm going to do that. In fact, I've been thinking a lot about my plans for the coming year. And usually I'm not somebody who makes like plans because everything else in my life is planned. But for my stitching, I usually am just a mood stitcher. I just pick up what I want to pick up. So I'm making some loose plans. And who knows if I'll stick with it or not. We'll see. But again, it's not my job, it's my hobby. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that on the 13th and the 31st of every month. Do any of you guys do that? Does it work for you? Do you look forward to it? Or you're like, oh, I gotta do my Halloween stitching? Let me know. I was also thinking of, you know, because I want to keep my Christmas stuff going too, like stitching Christmas on the 25th of every month, maybe hitting a patriotic on the 4th of every month. I don't know, just some fun ways to get some progress on some of my whips because I have a lot of whips. In fact, I just went through them the other day and I have 48 active whips. This is after I UFO'd 6 projects. So I went through all of my projects and asked myself, are you going to stitch this? Do you want to stitch it? And if the answer was, probably not, I unkitted it. So I'm sending one of my projects to my friend Sally Yoon. It's coming to you, Sally. And the other ones were all really small starts. So I literally just frogged them out and put the fabric back in my stash and put the floss back in my stash. So I put a lot of floss and fabric back in my stash. 5 pieces of fabric, lots of floss, and I have empty project bags now. I also went, because I have a whole bunch of, I don't know if you guys do this too. I have a whole bunch of projects just kitted up waiting for the day that I'll pick them up and start them. And so I went through and I unkitted 5 of those too. So I got a lot of stuff back in my stash that I can use. They're not just sitting in a project bag not being used. So I felt a little good just kind of clearing some of that out. But I still have 48 whips, and that's a lot. So I think my focus, now I'm not promising I'm not going to start anything new, because I can't do that. But I really want to try to get some of these things done before the new year, so I can go into the new year with less whips. And so I'm thinking like that hands-on design, just do it, just finish it. You know, the mouse is going to be a quick stitch, finish that. Finish the boo square, that's a quick stitch. So I have things that can be finished. I have other projects that are close to a finish. So I'm just going to pull those out and focus on getting some of those done and lowering my whip count before the new year, because I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, and I don't want to feel overwhelmed by my hobby. I want to feel excited. I want to feel happy when I come in my craft room, not like, oh God, I have a lot going on. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Oh, I did want to give an update since I'm talking about my 13 Stitches of Halloween update. I had mentioned with my plans that I was going to be watching some Halloween movies, and I failed miserably at that. I did watch 2. I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that one. And I watched, on Disney Plus, I watched the animated Ichabod Crane movie, about the Headless Horseman. I love that one. It's so old school. I watched it when I was a kid, but I love it. And that was it. That was all the Halloween I watched. I did plan on watching The Shining. We got, Jen and I unboxed our trick or treat boxes from the Black Needle Society recently. She got the treat box, so she got all the cute, spooky Halloween stuff. I got the scary horror box, and it was Stephen King themed. Now, I've read a few Stephen King's. I've read several. But like his classic ones, I've read Misery. I've read Pet Sematary. I've read Carrie. I've seen the movies for It, which I hate It. I don't like clowns. It terrifies me to this day. I don't like Pennywise. So I won't be reading that book. You know, so I've seen some of the movies. I've read some of the books. I've read other books that weren't mentioned in the box or whatever, but I really wanted to read The Shining because people were like, you haven't seen The Shining? No, I haven't. So I was like, I'm going to watch The Shining. But I'm one of those people, I really want to read the book first because the book's always better. So I'm actually reading The Shining. I'm like halfway done. So as soon as I'm done reading it, I'm going to watch it. I don't care that Halloween's over. You can watch a scary movie anytime. So I'm going to watch it when I'm done. Right now, like I said, I'm halfway. Oh, I've got a needle on my shirt. Awesome. Like I said, I'm halfway done. And it's just like right now in the story, it's just really eerie, disturbing, but not like scary yet. So I know we're going to get there. And it's just like building up. The tension's building up. It's getting a little, like I said, disturbing. So I'm excited. I like reading. I haven't been reading as much lately as I usually do, which kind of makes me sad. But I'm glad to be like getting into it and like, oh, I got to get back to this book. So I'm excited to finish it. Anyway, sorry. This is a long video just for a little wrap up. I'm going to stop talking now. My little Daisy would like me to go feed her some dinner. And we're going to go stitch. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your November. I'd love to hear if you participated in the 13 Stitches of Halloween and what you stitched on. And yeah, and Jen and I will be seeing you soon. We'll be filming a Flosstube soon. So until I see you again, take care and happy stitching. Bye, guys.